The case of Karen Read is one that has divided public opinion, sparking debate about police corruption, forensic evidence, and the thin line between guilt and innocence. In the early hours of January 29, 2022, Boston police officer John O'Keefe was found unresponsive in the snow outside a Canton, Massachusetts, home. His girlfriend, Karen Read, was later charged with his murder, but as the case unfolded, allegations of police misconduct and evidence tampering created a firestorm of controversy. Is Karen Read guilty of second-degree murder, or is she being framed in a larger conspiracy? This case remains one of the most complex and contentious in recent Massachusetts legal history. On the night of January 28, 2022, Karen Read and John O'Keefe, a respected Boston police officer, attended a gathering at the Waterfall Bar and Grill in Canton. According to reports, the couple had been drinking and socializing with friends before heading to an after-party at the home of fellow officer Brian Albert. The following morning, O'Keefe was found unconscious in the snow outside the Albert residence, suffering from severe hypothermia, blunt force trauma, and animal bites. He was later pronounced dead at Good Samaritan Medical Center. Karen Read, who had been searching for O'Keefe after realizing he never came home, was the one who discovered his body. She immediately called 911, frantically asking, "Did I hit him?" a statement that would later become central to the prosecution's case. Authorities soon zeroed in on Karen Read as the primary suspect. The Norfolk District Attorney's Office charged her with manslaughter while operating under the influence, leaving the scene of an accident. Prosecutors alleged that Read had intentionally hit O'Keefe with her SUV, leaving him to die in the snow after an argument. Their theory suggested that a damaged tail light on Read's vehicle matched injuries on O'Keefe's body. However, from the moment the charges were filed, Read's defense team and supporters have argued that the investigation was biased and deeply flawed, raising questions about police corruption and an alleged cover-up. Karen Read's attorneys, led by Alan Jackson, have presented an explosive counter-narrative that O'Keefe was actually beaten inside the Albert home, and his body was later staged outside to frame Read. 1. The alleged tail light evidence was staged. Prosecution claims that Read's SUV struck O'Keefe, breaking her tail light in the process. The defense argues that the broken tail light was planted at the crime scene later. 2. Inconsistent autopsy findings. The medical examiner found injuries inconsistent with a car accident, including defensive wounds and signs of a physical assault. 3. Police misconduct and conflicts of interest. The Albert family, where the after-party took place, has strong ties to law enforcement. The defense alleges that key evidence was mishandled by investigators who were protecting their own. Witnesses close to the Albert home allegedly changed their statements under pressure. 4. Lack of clear motive. If Read intended to harm O'Keefe, why would she immediately report his disappearance and frantically search for him? Her 911 call appears to show genuine panic rather than calculated guilt. The case has attracted national media attention, with public opinion divided. Many believe that Karen Read is being railroaded, while others trust the prosecution's version of events. A growing public movement believes Read is a victim of police corruption. Protesters have gathered at court hearings, demanding transparency in the investigation. Social media campaigns with the hashtag #FreeKarenRead have gained traction. Prosecutors maintain that Read is guilty, citing physical evidence and witness statements. They argue that the defense's claims of a police cover-up are conspiracy theories meant to distract from the facts. As of 2024, Karen Read is still awaiting trial. Her defense team continues to push for the case to be dismissed or for key evidence to be re-examined. Meanwhile, law enforcement officials stand by their findings, maintaining that she is responsible for O'Keefe's death. 1. Karen Read is convicted. If the jury believes the prosecution's claim that Read intentionally ran over O'Keefe, she could face a life sentence. 2. She is acquitted. If the defense successfully argues that O'Keefe was killed inside the Albert home and Read was framed, she could be exonerated. 3. A mistrial or reduced charges. Given the controversy surrounding the case, there is also a chance of a hung jury or a lesser conviction. The case of Karen Reed remains one of the most polarizing legal battles in recent true crime history. Whether she is truly guilty or the victim of a powerful cover-up, only time will tell. What is clear, however, is that the case has exposed deep-rooted concerns about police accountability, forensic evidence reliability, and the complexities of legal justice.